under the breeze. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea.
Get in here, y'all. We're gonna do this one more time.
Oh, by now. It's your under the degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea.
Sip with me.
Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea.
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Diamond Gang? I'm back. They say that boy Epstein is still alive, and I got some proof. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, I'm telling y'all. But this right here, I had to reschedule my show I was supposed to do tonight on the survivors of Epstein and bring this to you guys. I got a bunch of things to show y'all. I got my sis, my co-host Peanut. You want to say hi to the people?
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone had a fantastic Tuesday and is staying warm.
It's going down, y'all. The last sighting of Jeffrey Epstein was on Little St. James Island more than a week after he was reported deceased in 2019. But we're going to go into some things. I got pictures, I got videos, I got accounts of security guard. People don't know this, but a couple of the guards got in big trouble behind them not doing their job the night that he so-called unalived himself. But we're going to get into it. So I'm going to bring up my screen, Diamond Gang. This is wild. They say your boy Epstein is still living. Bring up my screen. We're going to play this and we're going to go through this commentary. This is wild. I'm telling y'all. My bro, we beat you, told me Epstein was still alive, and I told him he was full of it. That man ain't alive. Once I started digging, I couldn't stop. Y'all. Let's go.
I told him he was crazy and he needed to quit.
Epstein was basically a penniless moron who couldn't graduate.
Let me tell y'all this. This is how he started, okay? They said this dude was broke as shit. You know what I'm saying? They said his girl was the mastermind behind all this shit. Let's go.
Epstein was basically a penniless moron who couldn't graduate from college. And they placed him in a school, and then they sheep-dipped him at Bear Stearns. And then Les Wexner, who appears to have had an affair with him, then funded him as a fake billionaire. And that was the launch. Now, Epstein wasn't smart enough to actually run a prostitution ring. That's all Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay? Ghislaine Maxwell is best
I hear that. They said Maxwell was the mastermind behind this shit. And I believe it. I
can tell from secondary sources, was running a prostitution ring for the Mossad in New York City. It included children, but they needed a boy and bring people in and kind of basically take it up to the presidential level. And so Jeffrey Epstein was managed by Ghislaine Maxwell. And one of the things people don't understand is that the Mossad doesn't just blackmail people for political influence and for money for Israel. They also blackmail corporate chiefs and others to gain special access to the computers so that they can plant backdoors. This is how Robert Maxwell made his name, with a software program called Promise that installed backdoors in all these government computers. They use these computer backdoors to get advanced knowledge to do insider trading. The greatest practitioner and enemy of the United States in the industrial espionage arena is not China or Russia or France or Germany. It's Israel and Great Britain.
Jeffrey Epstein is still...
All right, boom. I'm going to stop it right there. So, did you hear that? That boy started off pitiful and broke. His woman was the mastermind behind all that shit. That's deep. I thought he came from money. What you gonna say?
He don't act like he did. He act like he always was searching for a best friend and just wanted to fit in with everybody.
You think?
He doesn't seem like the type that would come from money. He wasn't cocky enough.
I think he was too cocky. Once we go over this, I am going to do a piece just on him. I'm going to show y'all how much of a narcissist this man was. You're going to have to study him because he was something else. And when he felt like he was out of control, he would try to bounce. I have multiple interrogations, multiple interviews. And when this dude, I'm telling you, you back him in the corner, he's out. All right, let's go.
Do we have mods on both sides?
I'm not sure. Yeah, we beat you over there. Any mods, please get over to the
we need at least one over here though. We need at least one over here because Mr. Lord over here with the dog profile, he seemed like he got some comments he want to say.
What side is he on?
He's on this side. So
vertical. Oh, horizontal.
yeah, he's on horizontal. So we need at least one mod over. Okay, so
He said
bro
dude
was
was
over here.
intelligent.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys, because I'm flipping back and forth between screens to show y'all this. I'm gonna try to put some comments up, but I'm trying to work this magic. Now we're getting ready to get into the reason why. Now I believe Epstein may still be alive. Let's go.
Alive. This is a claim that's beginning to emerge, and I actually think it might hold some weight and be a real possibility considering some of the circumstances and new details that have recently emerged. Let me explain. August 10th of 2019, the day that is said to be the one that Jeffrey Epstein himself, according to a 4chan post by an anonymous individual, he claims to have witnessed Jeffrey Epstein the night before being removed in a wheelchair into a transport vehicle outside the jail and swapped with somebody else, saying essentially that Jeffrey Epstein was not the individual who was found to be deceased. Now, there were a lot.
Let me stop this. Let me ask y'all something. For those that think that Epstein is still alive and around, put a 1 in the chat. If y'all think he is gone, put a 2 in the chat. I'm going to compare pictures of what his facial features are and the man that they claim was Jeffrey on the 19th. Y'all think he's still alive? So do I. So do I. He had enough money. He had enough influence. And he had a lot of people's secrets. He had a lot of people's secrets. So I'm telling you, this one, for me, I had to change my mind. I had to change my mind on this one, y'all. We got 111 in the building. All I'm asking for is a like. That's it. That's all. Hit the like, vertical side. Let's go.
A lot of claims and a lot of assertions on 4chan and all around the internet that this really went dormant and didn't hold any weight at the time. Fast forward, however, to the new documents that have been released through the Epstein Files. And guess what? This post has reemerged. The Department of Justice of the Southern District of New York actually listed this particular post by this anonymous individual on 4chan as something worth looking into. And it held enough weight that they wanted to uncover the anonymous identity of who this person was.
Listen, this what he's speaking about this statement. They even they went so far to do an investigation on this. You understand? So evidently, they may have thought so too. Let's go.
Subpoenaed records from Apple, from Citibank, from AT&T, and from 4chan as well. And what they discovered is that this individual was Roberto Grijalva.
Let's go back. They subpoenaed records.
Swapped with somebody else.
They thought it was true.
Saying essentially that Jeffrey Epstein was not the individual who was found to be deceased. Now, there were a lot of claims and a lot of assertions on 4chan and all around the internet that this really went dormant and didn't hold any weight at the time. Fast forward, however, to the new documents that have been released through the Epstein Files. And guess what? This post has reemerged. The Department of Justice of the Southern District of New York actually listed this particular post by this anonymous individual on 4chan as something worth looking into. And it held enough weight that they wanted to uncover the anonymous identity of who this person was. They subpoenaed records from Apple, from Citibank, from AT&T, and from 4chan as well. And what they discovered is that this individual was Roberto Grijalva, who was a guard and a corrections officer there at the jail where Jeffrey Epstein was being held, giving a...
Let me say this. At the end of this live, I am going to put up the photographs and I am going to put up these messages. So if y'all want to blow them up, screenshot them, read them for yourself over again, you can. Let's go.
A whole new level of weight and credibility to what was actually said in this post. They were scouring through this guy's phone records, bank accounts, 4chan posts, and even his Apple ID. Why? Were they trying to hide something that they were trying to scrub from his details and from what he had said in this post? Maybe who he had been communicating with? Maybe what other connections or information he had? Is this individual even alive? Has anybody gone to check on this person to see if they're okay? Have they done a follow-up to get an account or information or testimony of what he knows or knew at the time? But then to go further, just 21 days later from the date of Jeffrey Epstein being allegedly deceased. There was drone footage that was put online, and you've probably seen it yourself, of Little St. James or Epstein Island, where a drone is overhead looking at a groundskeeper.
A drone captured him. That was his only sighting. Just weeks. He was supposedly on Little St. James Island. So I will put that video up as well. Right now it's at the bottom, but I'm going to show y'all the full video of the drone flying over him. And I blew it up so y'all could actually see him. So let's go.
Talking to a gentleman sitting in a golf cart. The gentleman sitting in the golf cart has a white head of hair and fits almost to the T the exact description of Jeffrey Epstein. 21 days later, after he's allegedly deceased. As soon as this individual looks up and recognizes that there's a drone, he immediately goes for cover, getting back underneath the golf cart to conceal his identity. And with the emergence of all the new details, documents, data, information, reports that have been put out by the Department of Justice, including the additional 3 million Epstein files that have yet to be released, even though they're supposed to be. This detail is massive, and I believe there's a possibility that Jeffrey Epstein may, in fact, still be alive today in 2026.
All right, again, for those who think he's still alive, put a 1 in the chat. For those that didn't think, has it changed your mind? If not, put a 2 in the chat. Oh, it gets deeper than this. It gets deeper than this. It gets deeper than this. All right, let's go.
I don't know. What do you think? Drop your comments down below and let me know.
The Epstein Files contain a viral 4chan post from an anonymous individual who claims they witnessed.
Now he's going to read off those messages from that guard. Listen up.
Witnessed seeing Epstein wheelchaired out of his cell on the night he passed away. Here's the 4chan post, and as you can see, it was uploaded the morning Epstein passed away. It says, not saying anything after this. Please don't try to dox me, but last night after the 4:15 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed, but not one triage nurse said they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number, and a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I'm
going to take it back
it's
a little
almost
bit
to
more.
The T the exact. As soon as this individual looks up and recognizes that justice, including the additional 3 million Epstein files that have yet to be released, even though they're supposed to be. This detail is.
Listen to this next guy coming up. He is reading off that statement from that guard that said that he was wheeled out in a chair. We're going to get deep into this because those guards that was there that night got in big trouble. And I mean big trouble. They did not get jail time, thank goodness. But they did have to do community service work. They were brought up on charges. They said that they were sleeping and some other shit. But we're going to go into that video too.
Massive. And I believe there's a possibility that Jeffrey Epstein may, in fact, still be alive today in 2026. I don't know. What do you think? Drop your comments down below and let me know.
The Epstein Files contain a viral 4chan post from an anonymous individual who claims they witnessed seeing Epstein wheelchaired out of his cell on the night he passed away. Here's the 4chan post, and as you can see, it was uploaded the morning Epstein passed away. It says, not saying anything after this. Please don't try to dox me, but last night after the 4:15 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed, but not one triage nurse said they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge.
And that's a fact. I used to work out of jail. They don't do releases on the weekends.
Orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number, and a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I am shaking right now, but I think they might have switched him out. Now take a look at the numbers up top right there. As you can see, the exact same post, word for word, was uploaded with the Epstein files. The numbers right there are the exact same as well. The SDNY took this post very seriously. They opened up an investigation to find out who.
Do y'all hear that? They took that seriously. They opened up an investigation. I'm telling you, when they investigated this man's death, that cell was staged. It was staged. Y'all gonna see that too.
The guy was that made it a day after it was posted. He's been identified as Roberto Grijalva, an MCC officer who worked at the jail Epstein passed away in. His name was revealed in his banking records as part of the SDNY's grand jury filing. His name also appeared.
So here's the thing. He made that statement, okay? They conducted an investigation. They said that that body in that cell was him. What was the need for an investigation? Why are they investigating this man? Why? It don't make sense to me unless there's some truth to it.
There's other Epstein files involving interviews relating to this prison, but it's been confirmed he worked there when Epstein passed away. Separately, and this part is 100% confirmed, Epstein's body was removed from his cell and taken to a hospital. This means crime scene investigators and...
So when they came, when the investigators got there, his body was already gone. Already gone. Can y'all please hit the like, please?
And the medical examiner did not examine the body in place.
There they go right there.
Bizarre.
All right, I'm going to stop that. Peanut, what you think about this so far?
I'm still on the fence. If he is alive or not. I know it's extremely possible for him to be alive and for there to be someone on the inside and someone on the outside that could assist with his departure from that facility, as if, prime example, Tupac auntie, she escaped and was alive and living well in Cuba.
Right.
And so it's possible. It's definitely possible. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the purpose, what would be the gain for the government for him just to be gone. I guess for protection for everybody else and all the info he got from people, but he could just do like Snowden when he left out, give all the information out then and still protected by whatever land he's on.
Yeah.
So it's definitely still possible though. And it didn't stop the trial because Maxwell she still got sentenced.
Yeah.
She still got sentenced. She getting princess treatment. So I mean, she could tell everything if she wanted to, because like, why ain't nobody off her?
Right. Okay. Runt said, is it? I think it is. Runitz said it stopped the trial. That's why he was still being tried for. Dang, that might be the case. Let's go. This is bizarre facts about Jeffrey Epstein's death. Pay attention to this, y'all.
Bizarre facts about Jeffrey Epstein's death. The CCTV footage from the night of...
Listen to this. They altered the hell out of that footage, y'all. Let's go.
Epstein's death was deleted, apparently by accident. US prosecutors have stated that...
Let's play that again. It was deleted by accident. Yeah, okay.
Bizarre facts about Jeffrey Epstein's death. The CCTV footage from the night of Epstein's death was deleted, apparently by accident. US prosecutors have stated that the jail mistakenly saved footage from the wrong cell and that the footage concerning Epstein was lost. A letter filed by assistant US attorneys said that the footage contained on the video was for the correct date and time, but captured a different tier to the one where Epstein was located. The prison workers that were tasked with guarding Epstein on the night he died were charged with falsifying prison records. They stated that they had made their requirements.
Y'all hear that? They was charged with falsifying prison records. When you out of jail, you got to do a count every so often to make sure that those inmates are okay. He was on the floor, I believe, the suicide watch floor. So ain't no way. And y'all gonna see what happened to them. Their asses got in trouble.
Checks before Epstein.
Or was they paid to do it? Was they, you know what I mean? Had to be. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's definitely true as well, because I ain't about to do all of that without getting a payment for it. I mean,
Yeah.
because this is beyond just trying to save your job at this point. But can we please keep in mind to be respectful in the chat? If you don't agree, that's okay. You can say you disagree, but to be disrespectful, I will ban you. And you can take whatever your thoughts, feelings, and emotions is somewhere else. But
This,
calling folks names in this chat and all the other things, I'm not going to tolerate it at all.
yes, you're entitled to your opinion. All opinions are respected. Just don't be disrespectful. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. As adults, we can agree to disagree and move on. But don't be disrespectful because you'll be sniped. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. All right, let's go.
Epstein's body was found. However, contrary to the jail's normal procedure, they did not conduct 30-minute checkups and instead were either asleep or surfing the web. They were charged with falsifying prison records but were spared jail time, and instead they were given 100 hours of community service.
CBS News.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there because we're going to get into his jail cell in a minute. So that's what I believe. Either they was a part of that plan and was paid off. They still, we don't know what happened to the guard that made the statement and said, please don't dox me. We don't know if he's alive, dead. We don't know what happened to him. But this investigation that they did was sloppy. When do you know whether it was natural causes, homicide, whatever it may be? When have you known for them to move the body before the medical examiners come?
They're not supposed to.
Exactly.
They're not supposed to at all. Like, I done had so many tragic accidents, purposely accidents happen in my family, and the body has stayed there. Even you have so many cases of police violence, civilian on top of civilian violence, and that body will lay in the street for hours. Doesn't matter how hot or cold it is, it stays there until the investigation is completed.
So they had no business moving his body at all. The scene of his cell was in a disarray. If this was staged, you know how somebody stage a bad robbery and try to throw some chairs around, and yeah, it's looking like that. It's definitely looking like that. You said it's a distraction. Let me ask you this: why you said what's a distraction? What do you think is a distraction? I'm looking through comments.
And then on top of that, he said, don't kick too many people that you put yourself in a bubble. We're not going to be in a bubble because we're allowing you to have your opinion. We're just not allowing disrespect. So there's a difference.
Yeah, just don't be disrespectful. You're allowed to disagree. You're allowed to your own thoughts and opinions. They are yours, so you're entitled to them. Well, if you think the guy can be saved, you want to remove the news and try to revive him. Okay. Exactly.
Nobody's saying that.
They can
Removing
remove
the
it
body. You can do life-saving measures,
yeah,
but you're not supposed to just take the body to the hospital before an investigation is
right.
done.
Everybody at that jail got to be trained in CPR. Did you know that? Those guards
Yeah,
are? That's
yeah,
part of their training.
and they're supposed to have one of those things in there too. What is it
Right.
called? An
Like,
defibrillator. They're
what?
supposed to have that as well. But not only that, you still have so many entities that have to investigate because it's considered an inmate death. So it's going to be so many different people that's coming in and out from different agencies that have to investigate. With that being said, that's the reason why the body should not have been immediately removed. Period.
What was I going to say? You're going to spill the tea on the Democrats. I'm going to spill the
See,
tea on whoever
see,
was
see. That's
involved.
what that's what I'm talking about. Why are you calling people names?
Who?
Why? How do you give CPR to moving the body? Stupid. See, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
We
But your
fixed it.
friend
Just
talking
that
about,
simple.
but your friend is talking about putting somebody in a bubble, but you're literally a bee bubble. Go on somewhere with that. Y'all get so comfortable behind your little avatar, little doggone snow bunny, little bees with a bubble around it that you think you can get on this internet and be
What we're
disrespectful.
saying is, wait a minute. How do you give CPR
If
without
I'm
moving the
stupid,
body?
then you should
We're
know
not
that
saying that.
if I'm
We're saying that the body was moved out of the jail.
but he's calling somebody stupid, but he doesn't know the difference
You're
between
blocked
how
and
to use
banned. Have
your.
a good night.
It's you
You're
are,
miserable,
which has an
blocked and banned.
apostrophe.
You're
So
blocked. You're going
I'm
to be
stupid,
blocked and
but you're
banned.
uneducated.
Very
And you're still not
uneducated.
using proper English. You
Very
are
uneducated.
dumb. Okay?
I believe that if he's not still alive, I believe this one right here. I do. I don't believe that he did that to himself. I don't. I really don't. Okay, here we go with this. This is going around this little Clinton thing, and the Democrats, they tried to say that Epstein was, this is what he's putting out. You're very uneducated.
Somebody get him out the chat.
He keep coming back.
And get cynical bass too.
Okay, you're going to have a good night. Hold on.
Okay.
Give me
So while
1
she's
second.
doing
Gotta
that,
get the trolls out.
while she's doing that, the thing is they were all Democrats really at that time. It was Clinton's side of the party. Trump tried to run first as a Dem, but then he ran as a Republican. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right on that because he said that if he was ever to do it, um, he would run as a Republican because they'll believe anything he says. He definitely said that. But yeah, the guy did get away with a lot of stuff during the time that Democrats were definitely running everything.
You believe that? I don't. I don't believe that at all.
Uh,
But
our Eunice, you didn't offend anybody. I'm unaffiliated, so I believe that both sides are evil. Sorry if I offend you. I think we should just do away with the two-party system.
turns out Epstein and Trump were, hold on, were partners. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Partners in crime. Right. Trump's pageants or spa girls went to Epstein's. Exactly. All right, let's get back to this video. Now, this video is in regards to the investigation that was done at the jail.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna play it. This jail cell was a mess.
To spend years investigating what happened in that cell where Epstein died in New York in 2019, and a series of 90 photos from the scene obtained by 60 Minutes and CBS News do raise questions about the initial handling of the scene and the initial wave of the response. The photos show, at least they indicate, items having been moved around. Some of the items from the cell, the mattress, Jeffrey Epstein's body had been moved before FBI investigators were able to respond. A former NYPD detective, a private investigator who spoke with CBS News, says that does complicate things, that it appears this was handled as if it were a suicide scene and not necessarily a possible crime scene or murder scene. Also noted, lack of evidence markers in the photos.
So that's what they basically didn't do nothing. They did no type of investigation at all. None. Why is that? Why is that? Look at that room. None. They're moving mattresses around, no markings, no nothing. 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 I took it back too far.
Epstein's body was
Sorry,
found.
Dad.
However, contrary to the jail's normal procedure, they did not conduct 30-minute checkups and instead were either asleep or surfing the web. They were charged with falsifying prison records, but were spared jail time, and instead they were given 100 hours of community service.
CBS News has spent years investigating what happened.
Look at that room. You know how many pieces of sheets they had ripped up? So I guess he tried 1,000 times. So they wasn't checking on him at all, is what I'm thinking. At all. They couldn't have been. They couldn't have been. Because he had, when you look at the room, there was multiple pieces of sheets that was ripped. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? His room wasn't being checked. Who's too much? I'm not spreading lies. Wait, let's go over these comments real quick. Who's spreading lies? And has whoever been in jail? Y'all trolling. All right, let's go. As long as y'all don't disrespect anyone or curse in the chat, you're free to say how you feel. Just don't be disrespectful. That's all I asked.
In that cell where Epstein died in New York in 2019, and a series of 90 photos from the scene obtained by 60 Minutes and CBS News do raise questions about the initial handling of the scene and the initial wave of the response. The photos show, at least they indicate, items having been moved around. Some of the items from the cell, the mattress, Jeffrey Epstein's body had been moved before FBI investigators were able to respond. A former NYPD detective, a private investigator who spoke with CBS News, says that does complicate things, that it appears this was handled as if it were a suicide scene and not necessarily a possible crime scene or murder scene. Also noted, lack of evidence markers in the photos. The former NYPD detective said not the clumsiness, but the lack of.
Y'all better get ready because Bill and Hillary will be testifying, and they're looking for transparency across the board. So y'all better get ready. A lot of shit's getting ready to come out that y'all don't want to face or hear, but it's coming.
Of thoroughness with the photo taking itself is an issue, that there seems to be a failure to follow some basic or traditional forensic tests and exams. All of that.
Look at that. Peanut, you see that?
I definitely do.
Like, okay, so you see that. Would that not be alarming to you?
If I'm doing my job that I'm supposed to be doing, it would definitely be alarming to me if I see that, if I'm doing my normal checks.
So there was a bunch of those spread it throughout this room. To me, they were placed there. It don't take 7 or 8, 9 of those to get the job done. Am I thinking wrong?
No.
That's ridiculous. They were all over the room. Sloppy. That's all I'm going to say. Sloppy work. Sloppy. Let's go.
Complicate an investigation and raise questions. Our investigation does not contradict the official determination of suicide, but it does seem like there were some insufficiencies through the process. And all of that means that now we are 6 years later, 6 years after the fact. It's going to add potential fuel as there's more considerations of broadening the investigation of Epstein case files, releasing more documents, and as Maxwell is poised to sit down with congressional investigators soon.
Metadata analysis reveals the Epstein security video was edited.
Now this is the footage from the prison that they tried to send in. They mixed, chopped, and screwed the shit out of this video. They put pieces where they shouldn't have been. They effed up. They tried to cover up, but they messed this up when they had no idea forensics was going to tear this footage apart. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There's an echo. Put a one in the chat if you can still hear me. Put a one in the chat. You can hear the echo? Hold on. Okay. Sound better? Peanut, mute your mic. Can you hear me now? Mute your mic, Peanut. I don't know what happened. Okay, that's coming from her mic. I don't know what's going on with her mic. I'm going to ask her to drop down and come back. Can you drop down and come back? There's an echo. All right, let's go. Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna let y'all hear this with this footage. They tried to be slick about it.
An analysis by Wired has raised questions about the authenticity of surveillance footage related to Jeffrey Epstein's 2019 death in federal custody. The Department of Justice released the hours-long video earlier this year in an effort to counter conspiracy theories surrounding apparent suicide. However, digital forensic experts say the footage appears to have been modified using Adobe Premiere Pro, a professional video editing software. According to the analysis, the video was compiled from at least 2 different source clips, saved multiple times, exported, and then uploaded to the DOJ's website, where it was presented as, quote, raw footage. Metadata embedded in the file indicates it was saved at least 4 times on May 23, 2025, by a Windows user account named MJ Cole. Experts noted that Adobe software such as Premiere and Photoshop often leave behind identifiable metadata, which can reveal the editing history of a file. In this case, the forensic evidence suggests multiple stages of processing before the footage was made public. Hani Farid, a digital forensic specialist and professor at the University of California, Berkeley, told Wired that the video would not meet evidentiary standards in a legal context. He said, "If a lawyer brought me this file and asked me if it was suitable for court, I'd say, no, go back to the source, do it right, do a direct export from the original system, no monkey business." Farid also pointed to visual inconsistencies in the video, including noticeable shifts in aspect ratio as further cause for concern. The DOJ and FBI declined to comment on the findings, but did not dispute Wired's reporting.
Did y'all hear that? They didn't dispute it at all, but they wouldn't comment on it either. Sound like they hadn't something to me. What you think, Peanut?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm definitely agreeing with you on that
So
one.
far, are you starting to change your mind? So you think this is AI?
I don't think it's AI. I definitely don't think it's AI. But for me, it's kind of hard to believe. Like, I know it's possible. I know it's possible. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, I know it's possible, and I keep thinking about everybody that's been able to escape captivity from Americans, even on this soil, and leave out to go live out their best lives. So I definitely know it's possible. I just don't know if it is for this case. Now, this will probably be the best case to do it so far. It probably would be. But the thing is, like, no sightings whatsoever.
I agree,
Like,
Mark.
no sightings. Like, even Snowden then came out and popped out every once in a while.
Right.
So it's just a lot. Like, nobody's saying anything. So is he paying everybody off around him? Everybody know who this Joker is.
Yeah. It's all over the place so much that is full of more questions than answers. I agree.
Exactly, yeah.
They might have put it out to muddy the waters even more. Who knows? All right, let's go.
While experts emphasize that the metadata does not prove intentional tampering, the use of professional editing software and the lack of transparency about the file's preparation have cast doubt on the DOJ's presentation of the footage as unaltered.
Now, these are the pictures that I was talking about. I'm going to show y'all the video. We 45 minutes in. I'm only going an hour. This is from that guard that was working there. And I'm going to read this off. Not saying anything after this. Please do not try to dox me. But last night after 4:15 count, they took him medical in a took him to medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed. So he was cuffed in the front. But not one triage nurse says they spoke to him. So they saying they took Epstein to medical, but no triage nurse that was there that night said they ever even seen him. They never seen him go to medical. Next, okay, so no triage nurse said they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekend unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put into a single man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in. That's strange. Going into a jail, a prison, a federal prison. Did not sign in. Hold on. And we did not record the plate number. And a guy in a green dress, military outfit, was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I'm shaking right now, but I think they switched him out.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Was he immediately cremated? I'm know he ain't had no service, so he had no family. He was just taken straight to being cremated.
We're gonna figure it out.
Autopsy photos, anything?
Epstein cremated. No, we can get up to this picture. I want to show y'all, and
Okay,
y'all
that's
tell
right.
me
You did say
what
that.
y'all think. Because, hold on. Let's see if he was cremated. I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything about, Yes, according to multiple reports, Jeffrey Epstein was cremated, and his ashes were buried in an unmarked grave beside his parents in a Jewish cemetery in Palm Beach County, Florida. So that's where he is. So ain't no autopsy. But I'm going to show y'all this picture of his nose. And y'all tell me, and some of y'all may have seen this picture already. Here we go.
So he is Jewish.
Dang, you can't really see this. It's too big. God dang it. But the bottom part.
Well, take the comment down. Maybe you'll be able to see if you take the comment down.
Okay, the bottom part. Hold on. Dang. God, hold on, guys. Let me come back to the studio. Dang. You said he's not dead? What up, Meek? Okay, let me take the comment down. Y'all see that nose? Dang, I don't think I can move this around either. Let me see if I minimize.
He don't have a curve in his nose.
Right.
It's not rounded like that. He has a very sharp, sturdy nose. And the bottom one is rounded.
That's right. So the man that's laying there deceased was supposedly identified as Jeffrey on my left. The one on the right is supposed to be him. So that's what they're saying. They're comparing this curved nose to his nose. What you think about that?
That's strange. So your nose don't sync. Like your eyes and everything else.
You did that from day one? Hey, boo. Go ahead. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I think he said, I think he meant I said that from day one. His swipe must have just auto-corrected. But yeah, like I know a lot of your facial structures and things like that change as time goes by of you being deceased or whatever, but your nose shape is not going to change at the bridge. And the bridge is definitely not a match.
Right.
It's definitely not a match. So if that's the autopsy photo, it's looking a little it looked like if that's his nose, then his nose must have been broken or something. But even then it would have bruising.
Right. Who's just coming in here? You said facts, he's not dead. I'm going to take it to the beginning of this clip just one more time, y'all. One more time. Hold on, let me try to minimize this. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let me get the right setup. Hold on. I'm going to take this clip back. All right, let's go. We're going to take it back. But just one more time for the people that wasn't in here earlier. This is crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, we're going to take it to the beginning. We're going to go over it real quick just one more time. I don't care, y'all. I think there's a chance.
Was basically a penniless moron who couldn't graduate from college, and they placed him in a school, and then they sheep dipped him at Bear Stearns, and then Les Wexner, who appears to have had an affair with him, then funded him as a fake billionaire, and that was the launch. Now, Epstein wasn't smart enough to actually run a prostitution ring. That's all Ghislaine.
What y'all think? I'm going to do that Maxwell. I'm going to do Ghislaine. I'm going to do her next. And then I'm going to end it with the survivors. I'm not going to stay too involved in this because from what I understand, anybody could have put any type of, they could have called in, they could have, you know what I mean? It was just like a hotline type of thing. So there's a lot of stuff in here that just is not true. And I don't want to get caught up in that. And I don't believe in conspiracy theories. All right, let's go.
Okay. Ghislaine Maxwell, as best I can tell from secondary sources, was running a prostitution ring for the Mossad in New York City. It included children, but they needed a boy and bring people in and kind of basically take it up to the presidential level. And so Jeffrey Epstein was managed by Ghislaine Maxwell. And one of the things people don't understand is that the Mossad doesn't just blackmail people for political influence and for money for Israel. They also blackmail corporate chiefs and others to gain special access to the computers so that they can plant backdoors. This is how Robert Maxwell made his name, with a software program called Promise that installed backdoors in all these government computers. They use these computer backdoors to get advanced knowledge to do insider trading. The greatest practitioner and enemy of the United States in the industrial espionage arena is not China or Russia or France or Germany. It's Israel and Great Britain.
Jeffrey Epstein is still alive.
This clip right here. This clip right here is the clip that changed my whole feeling about this.
It's a claim that's beginning to emerge, and I actually think it might hold some weight and be a real possibility considering some of the circumstances and new details that have recently emerged. Let me explain. August 10th of 2019, the day that is said to be the one that Jeffrey Epstein himself, according to a 4chan post by an anonymous individual, he claims to have witnessed Jeffrey Epstein the night before being removed in a wheelchair into a transport vehicle outside the jail and swapped with somebody else, saying essentially that Jeffrey Epstein was not the individual who was found to be deceased. Now, there were a lot of claims and a lot of assertions on 4chan.
And this is the part that I'm stuck on. Why investigate the guy? Why go through his bank statements? Why do all of this? You get what I'm saying, Peanut? If this didn't hold no validity, you know what I mean? Why do all of this?
Yeah, it was a little bit too much if you already see that he's deceased. So to take it that step further to do all of that was kind of overboard and a complete waste of taxpayer money to do all of that. But I mean, you also got to look at the way the paperwork is reading too. His body wasn't there. There's been plenty of inside job with, people leaving prison and living out their best lives and being on FBI's most wanted list. So I mean, it has happened.
Sorry, I thought you was okay.
No, you're fine.
On the internet that this really went dormant and didn't hold any weight at the time. Fast forward, however, to the new documents that have been released through the Epstein Files. And guess what? This post has reemerged. The Department of Justice of the Southern District of New York actually listed this particular post by this anonymous individual on 4chan as something worth looking into. And it held enough weight that they wanted to uncover the anonymous identity of who this person was. They subpoenaed records from Apple, from Citibank.
Listen, y'all, this is crazy. After this dude said, please don't dox me, they doxed him.
From AT&T and from 4chan as well. And what they discovered is that this individual was Roberto Grijalva, who was a guard and a corrections officer there at the jail where Jeffrey Epstein was being held, giving a whole new level of weight and credibility to what was actually said in this post. They were scouring through this guy's phone records, bank accounts, 4chan posts, and even his Apple ID. Why? Were they trying to hide something that they were trying to scrub from his details and from what he had said in this post? Maybe who he had been communicating with? Maybe what other connections or information he had? Is this individual even alive? Has anybody gone to check on this person to see if they're okay? Have they done a follow-up to get an account or information or testimony of what he knows or knew at the time. But then to go further, just 21 days later from the date of Jeffrey Epstein being allegedly deceased, there was drone footage that was put online, and you've probably seen it yourself, of Little St. James or Epstein Island, where a drone is overhead looking at a groundskeeper talking to a gentleman sitting in a golf cart. The gentleman sitting in the golf cart has a white head of hair and fits almost to the T the exact description of Jeffrey Epstein. 21 days later, after he's allegedly deceased. As soon as this individual looks up and recognizes that there's a drone, he immediately goes for cover, getting back underneath the golf cart to conceal his identity. And with the emergence of all the new details, documents, data, information, reports that have been put out by the Department of Justice, including the additional 3 million Epstein files that have yet to be released, even though they're supposed to be. This detail is massive, and I believe there's a possibility that Jeffrey Epstein may in fact still be alive today in 2026. I don't know. What do you think? Drop your comments down below.
All right, let me go to the end of this, because that's where I got the drones at, and they're flying above him. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I blew it up. I just hope it's not too big. I'm hoping it's not too big. Let's see.
The forensic evidence suggests multiple states would not meet evidentiary standards in a legal context. He said, the lawyer brought me this file and asked me if it was suitable for court as unaltered.
All right. It's right after this, y'all, with the drones. That's the paperwork from the prison of the statement of the guard. Poor Roberto. He done been doxxed. That's that nose. There it go, right there, y'all. Look. Look. What y'all think? Let me pause it. Look, that is him. I don't give a good shit.
Yeah, that kind of it does
That's
look like
him.
it does look like.
What y'all think,
But
Jack?
how would that drone know to be there and when to be there?
It didn't necessarily have to. It could have just been flying, and somebody was like, "Oh shit, that looks like Epstein." Could have been flying the drone just for the hell of it.
And
Put a one in the chat if y'all think that's
flying
him.
it since 2019. Come on now. You got drones dropping off seafood bowls, prisons. Ain't nobody else. Come on now.
Y'all think that's him? Thank you, Brian.
It does look like him, but I'm just trying to figure out why there ain't been another spike. Why there has not been another sighting.
I don't know. I'm going to go back one more time. It's only one.
Because they're not going to extradite him.
No. I don't know. Who knows? Let me go back. That's crazy. Let me look at this one more
They're
time.
not going to extradite. He's Jewish. They're not going to extradite him. If anything, they're going to tell him to go to Cuba.
Look at that dude. This is real. He said, let me get back in there. That's crazy. They said that he wasn't on his own island. They claim this is on and this is Little St. James Island.
Who owns Little St. James?
Not Epstein. For real. Not Epstein.
But why would he leave his girl like that, though? That's like, God, leave. You just left. You ain't want to. Did it cost too much to get her out too? Like, why you just leave her?
A lot of people think they fend for themselves. For the 81 that's in the building, can some of y'all please hit the like? Please. So I think there's a possibility, man. I really do. I really, really do. For them to move that body before the forensic team got there, the FBI, the medical examiner, that's come on, man. That right there was
Doreen
alarming.
Doreen said that is the name of his island.
Little St. James?
That's
I
what
thought it
Doreen
was
said.
Okay, let me look it up. Then that's
And,
his island then.
and then
I thought it was,
what the heck Hillary brother got to do with this? I didn't even know she had a brother. I don't pay
let
no
me
attention
see.
to them
Little, you
crazy
said Little
people.
St. James. Let me see. Okay. Who owns Little St. James Island? I thought it was Epstein Island.
Brian said it's the same island.
What?
Yeah, they said I guess they just call it Epstein's Island, but he said it's the exact same island. Saint whatever island, Saint whatever is the same thing as Epstein's Island.
Oh, well, thank you, guys.
He said a
It
French
says,
billionaire recently just bought it.
yeah, Stephen Deckoff, or is it Stefan Deckoff? Purchased it in 2023. Yep, owned by Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, in 1998.
But how did he buy it?
Right, if he was broke.
But
Well,
no, how did he buy it? Like, because even though he was in prison or whatever, that land wasn't seized or anything else like that because it has nothing to do with US. Like they can't seize things that is out of US jurisdiction. So how was he able to buy it if it's part of his assets?
who?
This French billionaire. How was he
Oh,
able to buy the
Deckoff.
island? Yeah, see this
Right,
right here.
Howard
That's why I'm
Deckoff.
saying this is why I say that it opens up so many more questions than anything. Like you found out somebody bought the island now.
Yep, they
And
said he purchased he purchased St. James and wait, Little St. James, and there was another one. Great St. James. So thanks, chat, for that. He bought two, little and great, because it's private property now. So it wouldn't be considered it's private property. So you think he purchased it off of his estate?
I mean, it's part of his estate, so he had to go through a whole lot of loopholes to get it, which means that he didn't have anybody over his estate that he left anything to. So all he had to do was just go through the court proceedings of whatever land or whatever country is under that. But no, I guess what he's saying is now it is private because it's considered private property. It's not somewhere you can
Okay.
just fly into anymore.
Yes. Yep. I just seen that, Ray. Thank you. Okay, let me read this. Jeffrey Epstein owned two private islands in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Little St. James and Great St. James. But after his death, they were sold May 2023. Yeah, to Deckoff.
But who's U.S. Virgin Islands? Okay. It's making sense to me now. Okay. I got it. Okay. I see how it was sold now. Okay. Because all he had to say was U.S. Virgin Islands. I got it now. Yeah, okay. Okay.
That's what's up. So what you think about that? You think we should go over his woman, his handler?
I think
And then the victims?
The victims maybe. I would say the victims. The female, no, she's been discussed so much. I think at this point it's gonna be beating a dead horse. As far as everyone else whose names have been released as far as
Well,
part
wait a
as
minute. Listen, if we go over her now that they released more files, there's some new stuff out there about her. Maxwell.
she has so many documentaries and everything out there. Will it be anything new?
Yeah, because they just dropped new files. It's going to be stuff that we never heard or seen before. I want to take a look into it, and if I see anything interesting, I could do it. I might. For the 43 that's still in here, can y'all please hit the like? The other Sunday night, I was on. Go ahead.
Well, ask the chat if they would like her to be looked into, because I know you wanted to cover the victim
Yeah, I
impact
definitely want to
statements and
cover the
stuff like
victim.
that. So, chat, would you like to go over this little hot kitty cat?
Giselle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little hot kitty
What
cat.
y'all
Y'all
think
want?
about her? What y'all think about her? Maxwell, what y'all think about her? Y'all think it's worth it? Ain't nobody saying that, so I guess not.
Yeah, I don't think they want. I think everybody was just more interested in Jeffrey and everybody that was in his black book.
Yeah. Well, the next topic I'm gonna cover, and it'll probably be this week, and then I'm letting it go, is the victim statements. Oh no, I do have a slew. I have a bunch of his interrogations and a bunch of his what you call it? Interviews. He was a pure narcissist. He was a narcissist. I might want to do that too. But we're gonna go ahead and close out because everybody's falling off. Replay gang, make sure you hit the like. You got any closing thoughts?
So allegedly, Bill Gates' wife clapped back about the STD allegations. So I'm going to be looking into that because
I made an upload.
you already made an upload about it?
Yeah.
About her response?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to have to look at that then. But no, I don't have anything. Meek said you should do both.
right,
Doreen said yes as well.
All right, I got y'all.
But no, it's always fun coming into the chat and
Yeah, that's
speaking
what
to
they
you
said.
guys.
Sorry, go ahead. They said she's been covering Trump behind the whole time. Yes, they did say that. She's been looking out for that creep. But go ahead. What you say?
Yeah, it's just fun coming up here talking to you guys. I may not agree with everything everybody said, but it's all about respectful communications and conversing or whatever the case may be. So whatever is to be discovered, I'm all for it. I know quite a bit about Maxwell. I don't like her as a person. So I'm all right. It's not gonna be anything positive that comes out of my mouth. It's not gonna be like, well, maybe no. I mean, she's worse than he is. So if y'all think he bad, she's bad.
Yeah, she
I mean, and everybody they hung out with ain't innocent. So it is what it is. So but yeah, well, thank you guys so much for joining tonight, hitting the like button. And I look forward to speaking with you all soon. Peace, love, and joy to you and yours. And with that, have a good night. Peace.
Thank you. Yeah, guys, I think I am. I'm gonna do both, probably. Go over both. So we'll do her and then we'll do the victims last. I want to thank everybody for participating, especially for the ones that was very respectful. All opinions are appreciated, respected over here. You can say what you got to say. I just don't do the cursing and the disrespect. But on that note, I am out, and I will probably see y'all. I won't see y'all probably until Friday. Please smash the like, replay gang, smash the like, and we are out.
It's your under the creek. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Greek, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Greek, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait. So sipping his tea.